Okay, here we go. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, my review, halfway through the game, giving up. That's it. It is just not worth it, guys. Give it whatever you want. A 2 out of 5, okay, maybe, if that's. But anything that is less than 3, at least to me, it's just not worth your time. It's not worth your money. It's definitely not worth your time. What's wrong with Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Well, I'll first say pre-ordered, wanted to like it. It is Star Wars at the end of the day, which is something that I'm pretty fond of. It has the spaceship that I wanted to have, a little bit of, flying around it and going inside and so on. And the Star Wars universe has always been rather appealing to me. So I got into this being very positive. And the more I played it, the more disappointed I got. And eventually, about halfway through the game, I just said, you know what? I don't even care anymore. I'm not even having fun with this. Why am I even playing it? And I said, yeah, okay, that's basically it. That's the point where I have no reason to play this anymore, all right? So you start okay enough with the first planet. I think it was the Coruscant, the first planet that you start, like the big city. And it is okay. You start playing, and yeah, sure, the graphics are nice enough, definitely so. Let me just talk about the positives. Yeah, graphics are nice. The action, the movement, it is okay. I mean, yes. Aesthetically pleasing. I like the base, that canteen thing where you can have like certain elements that you could add on to. It could have been done a lot better, especially if any of that had any purpose, which is, one of the negatives that I'll get into soon enough. But the canteen, I liked it. It was very homey, like a warm, welcoming place to go back to. That was nice. Mantis spaceship, yeah, nice too. Liked it a lot. Couple of rooms there that you couldn't even open. Don't know why. Was like private quarters. I mean, man, you have just one ship. You could allow people to just peek and go inside, but whatever. And that's basically it. I mean, the open world we were promised, it's not there. There's a few regions that you can randomly explore, right? But it's not really an open world game. You have a couple areas that you can go exploring, but open world like a real open world game, like a Skyrim, like a Fallout where you go everywhere. No, it's just a few regions and a very little tiny map here and there that you go exploring, and that's kind of it. There's no real open world feeling to this, which is a shame. It would have been nice, but it's not. It's rather linear in the way you go about it. You follow the story, which, if you ask me right now, I have no idea what it was. Something about you having to go somewhere, and there's a planet you need to go to, and there's a Jedi that ends up with a one-armed Jedi that is supposed to be super powerful, but if it hadn't been for his female companion, he would have been dead long ago, which makes no sense. But you know how Disney is these days. They just don't make any sense whatsoever. Which is one of the things that, yeah, it is a negative. The idea that every prospector, every explorer, pretty much like 80% of the NPCs in this video game, they're all female of a rather diverse ethnicity. Why? Why is it that everything is female in Star Wars these days? The good guys, most of them female, even the aliens, female aliens, because, yeah, that's the way it is. So that is kind of, I don't know. This boss, the one that ends up with one arm, it is kind of pitiful. One of the most lame bosses there is, and it just goes downhill from there, really. The combat is not really refined. It is rather mediocre. It is a shadow of better games that it tries to copy from, such as Elden Ring. The meditation is there, or the sanctuary, or the fireplace, right? But the combat, the dodging and parrying is poorly balanced. At times, it makes no sense whatsoever, and you just cannot get through some of the areas. It becomes impossibly challenging for no reason whatsoever, and it's not balanced. There's no sense of that having any sense with what you've been doing before, or even the boss that you end up finding later. It just shows lack of refining and lack of polishing. I guess that's the word for it. And there's also this thing about the lightsaber sometimes being a lightsaber, but usually not. Sometimes, I mean, most of the time, it's just like a very strong lighter, and you just hit people with it, and they look at you with a little mark on the clothing, not even cutting through the clothes, not even cutting through the fiber of the clothes, just pissing people off with your lightsaber. Dude, you're supposed to cut people in half when you hit them with a lightsaber. Come on. That is the one thing you know a lightsaber does. If you get slashed across the back or across the body with a lightsaber, you get cut in half. Unless you're like a super boss with a whatever super armor, your average stormtrooper, whatever thing it is, your typical foot soldier, you cut it in half. You hit little animals with your lightsaber. And I mean, I'm not the one making the video game. You find a solution for that, right? Find a solution. Maybe don't give a lightsaber until a certain point. Maybe make enemies of a certain way, or for whatever reason that they're, I don't know. Find something that makes a lightsaber a lightsaber. This is not it. All right. And then maybe the worst part of all is, there's no treasure. There's no loot. There's no reason for you to buy whatever boss. I mean, the only reason why you would fight bosses here is to reach the end of the game. But there's no enjoyment of the journey. These things are supposed to be about the journey, not the goal, not the final, not the finishing line, right? The finishing line should not be what you're looking forward to. You're looking forward to enjoying every session. Every minute you're playing should be enjoyable, and there should be little rewards. That's the main thing that is lacking here. There's no rewards for whatever exploration you did, whatever achievement, whatever boss you found and fought, because everything here is cosmetic. You found a piece for your lightsaber, great, it's cosmetic. It only changed slightly the color of a little tube that you will not see ever again while you're playing. You only see it when you change it, and then you just simply do not notice it. Come on, let's be serious here. Who the hell gives a damn about the little tube in your lightsaber being a different scale of gray? And the same goes for the blaster. So poorly thought. The idea that instead of having reloads for ammunition in your lightsaber, no, you just hit people and it charges magically. Okay, that's making no sense whatsoever, but okay. But again, you just open treasure boxes and there's no treasure. There's always cosmetic loot. Cosmetic pieces for your lightsaber, cosmetic pieces for your parts for your blaster, cosmetic clothing, fucking cosmetic hair, hairstyles, beards. It's like going to the barber. I mean, really, if I get some kind of currency for visiting the shops, which you're supposed to have, like, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to buying this thing from the shop in whatever city. Nope, no, it's all cosmetic. I'm just buying myself a haircut or a beard. It's almost as if this was thought for women, for very superficial women that are just obsessed with different hairstyles and different clothes. I mean, changing the armor changes nothing at all. Why am I even playing this thing? I got new armor. In any reasonable video game, yeah, I will have a different armor that makes me stronger, makes me faster or slower, but gives me more defense, more armor points. Nope, it's all the same. Nothing matters here. Even the tree progression is kind of lame, and most of the time you're just using the same basics to end with most of the harder enemies. Man, there's really no point. Just a poorly thought video game that just looks pretty. That's basically my take. Guys, if you appreciate what I do here, do subscribe to the channel. That's always appreciated, and share and leave a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about it in the comment below. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't, maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. That's all okay. I just couldn't finish it. I just found myself wasting my time with this thing, and I was more than willing to give it a chance. Guys, see you on our next video. Take care.